Stop.
You see how Peter was ready to catch it? He was ready to catch it.
Yeah, Peter, but he reacted faster though. He reacted faster than Peter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what that means, bro? That team up movie's coming up.
Hell no.
Not at all. Not
Not at all.
He might be the fourth one. He might be the fourth one.
They're gonna put everybody inside Secret Wars. Secret Wars.
What the fuck is that?
That's about what's the fucking alien niggas.
We're about to see the Punisher.
That's Secret Invasion, dude.
No, we also I want
No,
to
it's
talk
called
about that
Secret
Nick Fury
Wars.
stuff, bro.
I thought it was Secret Invasions.
It's two different things.
Nah, I want to see the
Secret
Punisher.
Invasion.
Wait, did that mean that, Far From Home, Nick Fury, that was actually a Skrull?
Yeah, it's Secret Invade.
Yeah, that was a Skrull Mogo.
Yeah, okay.
No, this is
Secret Invasion. Yeah, look up Secret Invasion then.
I still have my popcorn. Just on my popcorn too is going.
Throw that bum ass shit away.
No, sir, no.
That's expired, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, Secret Wars is a comic.
No,
Yes,
exactly.
Secret Wars and
Secret Wars is yes.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. They're gonna be inside Secret Wars. Like that's what
Am I dumb
they're
or,
already
like,
saying. Toby's confirmed for that shit, or like soft confirmed.
I love popcorn.
Toby and Andrew.
Jeezy, Secret Invasion is with the Skrulls.
I love
Secret Wars.
I know that's what he was. I thought that's what he was talking about. I thought that's what he was talking about.
No, because they said in the original. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. The original cut, Toby's supposed to die, but then they reshot because they wanted him to be inside Secret Wars.
Oh wait, was he supposed to die when Green Goblin died?
Absolutely, that scene was useless. Of course, he was supposed to die.
Yeah.
I mean, other than like Toby in the scene where he like got stabbed by Green Goblin, Toby was supposed to die right there.
Yeah, he was supposed to die, bruh.
But they
Bro, he
they
was
went and
like,
got
yeah,
reshoots.
Then he said, "I've been stabbed multiple
Yeah, they better do
Oh,
fucking
God, I've been stabbed
reshoots, bro.
before.
Because
That nigga been
shit,
stabbed 3 times.
you know what?
Yeah, Harry stabbed his ass
That's
up.
essentially saying that this nigga. It's essentially saying that nigga Toby is stronger than these niggas, bro. If he can take that, bro.
Nigga, of course he's stronger. Tom
In the
tried to
back.
push that board through him, and Toby was like, "Nigga, sit your dumb ass down. You're
Sit
not
down,
stabbing this
stupid."
nigga." Exactly.
Nah, yeah, I remember. Nah, you know what's crazy though? I remember like when these two niggas, Andrew Garfield and this nigga Toby were fighting. Yo, this nigga schooled both of these kids.
Hell yeah.
He shot his own. How do you let another nigga shoot your own web shooter? That is
Andrew
some
was like, "Fuck."
disrespectful shit. He's like, what happened to my power? My web shooter.
Nah, Toby would have beat the brakes off that nigga.
Why was Andrew calling himself lame, bro? Dude said, I'm lame.
Okay, so that was supposed to be like
it's a little inside joke.
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah.
inside joke.
it's speaking
Yeah.
like from the audience saying that he's the lamest one.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
And they
and then you know,
amazing. You're amazing. That's so funny.
That was the
Yeah,
funniest
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Honestly,
And then the
You're
fact-
amazing.
I
No
actually don't
Spider-Man,
really like
yeah.
Spider-Man that
look,
much.
bro. If no funny shit, bro. If the torch is getting passed to you from Toby, you better take that shit, bro. Like,
Andrew
my mama,
dropped
bro.
the fuck out the torch and set the whole damn place on fire. That nigga did not carry the torch at all.
But the time to get up, the time to
no,
get up,
you know what's crazy
yeah.
though? You know what I'm actually happy though? The fact that in Andrew Garfield's world, that nigga pretty much stopped pulling punches. Like you
Wait,
could
y'all
tell this
hear me?
nigga was holding back.
Yeah,
Now he
no,
can
no.
legit kill
No,
people.
that's what I want to talk about. Because when Andrew said he stopped pulling punches, I think that's why Green Goblin didn't show up because he fucking killed him, bro.
Nigga, no,
I
I don't
thought
think
he was
he's
in
ever had a
jail.
Green
He was in
Goblin.
jail. Andrew, yes, he did.
Andrew,
It was,
no, he was not in
he did.
jail.
It was Harry. No, Harry. His Harry was in jail, right?
He killed his Harry.
He did?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he meant by he stopped.
He killed him?
Remember when?
Didn't that nigga not die?
Race
I thought he went to jail.
No, he did. Hold on, I'm tripping now. He did went to jail.
No, I did. Yeah,
I don't think it ever showed what the fuck happened to him.
You know what?
Oh,
Nah,
he went to
put the
jail. He
fucking
went to
screen
jail.
over it.
He went to jail.
I'd love to put the screen on.
The thing is, like, the
Nah,
Gwen,
but
the
just
Gwen
like-
death
like, like,
overshadowed everything that happened. So I don't think they even
Yeah.
showed what happened to him.
Yeah, it'd be a good. It would be a good idea if they had like an Amazing Spider-Man 3 come out though. Like right before that.
Nah,
They're not doing that.
keep it. I don't want it.
Bro,
No.
all these scenes were so heartfelt. Like, he's such a good. They're all such good actors, man. Their acting was on point, man.
Killed
Oh,
it.
God, bro.
Oh, let me intro. Let me
that
intro before we get
dude.
into it. Let me intro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all
I
right.
suppose.
What is good, y'all? Welcome to the Here and Now podcast. We're gonna be talking about Spider-Man. If you haven't, y'all probably already heard this shit, but if you haven't seen this movie yet, click the fuck out this video right now. This is gonna be a spoiler heavy thing. I'll put it at the very beginning too, so you know. But spoiler heavy. What we're gonna be doing is everybody's gonna go through, give their opinion, what they felt about it, 1 through 10, and we'll kind of just like base our responses off what they say through that. But we got Jeezy here, we got Jazz, we got Pam, we got Taco, we got Mogo, and we got Chango. We got everybody here, and myself, Apollo.
Yo.
What's good, y'all? Let's get this shit started.
What's up? It's my first time here. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It is. What's good?
Tap me up.
Yeah, bro.
Ample dabs.
Ample
Ample dabs. All right, so just kind of keep this
bro,
like.
put your coat in the coat hanger, bro.
Hey yo.
Wait, what do you say?
Put your coat in the coat hanger, bro. We're trying to make you feel
I
comfortable
don't
with this
know
building.
what that means.
Put your coat in
Put your coat in the coat hanger.
I just feel that shit on the couch. What the?
All right, just to kind of keep this like in order, we're gonna go. I'm gonna see the order right now. So Jeezy, Jez, Pan, Taco, me, Mogo, Chango is the order that we have right here in the Discord. So, Jeezy, what did you feel about the movie?
Oh my god, this movie. It was like, bro, this movie was crazy, bro. Like, this is a game changer. It's a game changer, especially at the very end. I want to talk about how at the very end, where this just built a whole new foundational plot for Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Because now nobody knows he's Peter, right? I mean, Peter Spider-Man. Nobody knows that no more. His aunt is dead, right? He has nobody to live with. He's got himself a new apartment. All he's gonna do right now is just live out his life as Spider-Man and probably a student to go to MIT. That's probably what it's gonna be for the next 3 movies that they said they're gonna drop. Him going to college and doing whatever he does there.
Yes, sir.
That's a game changer. That's plot moving. They did a really good job with that. Really good job.
A complete reset to the entire franchise, basically. And I really like that because honestly, like, we hear all these fanboys saying that Peter had helped throughout every single movie. He either had Stark's tech, or he had like the Avengers help, or Doctor Strange, or whatever. Now he finally gets to restart and prove how good of a Spider-Man he is by himself, because nobody knows who the fuck this nigga is.
Yeah.
But what do you rate it 1 out of 10, Jeezy?
11.
Damn.
11.
All right, so Jeezy gives it 11. Jez, what do you feel about the movie, bro?
So my take is like it's a lot more fresh. I just watched the movie like an hour ago. I just finished it. So both the end credit scenes.
It's 2?
Yeah.
Just you?
What's the second one about?
No way. Y'all didn't see the second
what happened? I thought it was only one. I thought it was only one.
Y'all didn't stay through the whole thing?
No.
Bro, they showed Miles, bro.
No.
You're lying.
No.
Bro, they showed the Jade.
He's lying.
Yeah, it was just a Doctor Strange trailer.
Yeah.
Bro, that's even better. I want to see that.
All it shows is just like Wanda like naked and
Bro,
shit, but then it went to the trailer.
Wait, what? Oh,
I predicted this, bro. I said they gonna have to drop a multiverse of madness trailer. I said that on Twitter. I swear to God.
We gonna slide past that.
No, I want to watch it. I want to watch it right now. Hold on.
All right, Jez, what you feel, bro?
Yeah. So
that's
not watched it, and that's. Bro, like, it's just so crazy to seeing all of them on the screen at once. Like, when he walked through those portals, both of them. I was saying them to beforehand. Like, I wanted them to be like, oh, I wanted Ned to be like Spider-Man again and do like the like opening the portal thing. I want Miles to walk out. Like, it's just, I don't know who would be playing Miles right now. Right? That'd be just like Apollo said. That'd be like too much. That'd be too many Spider-Man.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
What?
Yeah, what if Will Smith would have walked out as Miles? I would have been mad as shit.
Rewind time.
I would have been mad as shit.
No. Wait, who's the dude that plays Leo in Lab Bath? He should have played Miles.
Oh,
nigga,
what's his
How
everybody
can I hear
hates
you?
Chris, brother? Hell no.
How can I hear you? I just deafened. I just heard Mogo.
It's either
Alright.
him. I know that they're talking about Miles Brown from like Blackish, that kid.
Wait, no, what about the dude from Stranger Things?
Yeah, him too. I know he's in the runnings for it too. I know people are still talking about Donald Glover. I don't know who's playing Miles, but either way, it would still be kind of cool to see Miles. I'm pretty sure he will come in the future, you know, because we saw Jamie Foxx being like, I wish there was a black Spider-Man. So they're hinting at it. But then I think the best part of the movie for me has to be the banter, like seeing all 3 of the Spider-Man like just interacting with each other and talking about like their griefs, being funny as hell. When this man Tom was like, does your fluid come out of any other besides your wrist? And then they all started laughing about that shit. That shit was so funny, bro. My fucking theater was going crazy at everything. They were going berserk. They were just happy about everything. But and even the ending scene for them too, when they were saying goodbye and they all gave like a group Spider-Man hug. Like, you would never think you would see that on live, like in real life. Like, goddamn, bro. Like after watching Miles and seeing like like of course with the pig Gwen and seeing that animated, I never would think we would see these people in real life, like actually like acting with each other and like bantering, throwing like funny. It was actually funny jokes too. It wasn't like it was like cringy or nothing. Like they hit everything on the nail with this movie. And one thing I'll just say too is about Green Goblin. His acting was insane. I think he had the best acting out of the whole movie. His crazy scenes. I thought the nigga was the fucking Joker. Like nigga was going crazy in those scenes. And why was he so damn strong? He was throwing that nigga through fucking.
He has the
buildings
super soldier serum.
Yeah, he has serum in him.
Like a knockoff version. Yeah, he has the Captain America shit.
Well, no, I thought when you can go.
I didn't know he was so strong. What were you saying, Mogo?
No, I felt like when the Spider-Man were talking, I feel like they knew each other like long time before.
Yeah, like they were just clicking. Like and I think Apollo said that like we saw Tom like in a whole new light because he was like acting his ass off. Like that scene when he was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like y'all can go back to your own places. I don't care. I'm gonna kill this dude. Like I'm done. And like they also like opening up like I lost Gwen. I lost Uncle Ben. That was like really intimate. I love that part. And then seeing them all work together in a little like inside the little science lab was great. I love Andrew's redemption. I know people have been speculating. They've been speculating, but him like saving MJ and he started crying when he saved her too because he knew like I finally saved the person.
Oh my god, that scene hit me.
I just watched the trailer, bro. I'm mind blown. I'm flabbergasted. I'm baffled,
bro.
Yeah, bro. When they started crying, that shit hit the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna hold you.
I didn't
start crying. I started crying.
I didn't cry, but I was on like tears. Like I was on the brink of tears because like just seeing like that wave of like relief when he was holding her. Like, oh, God, that shit was crazy.
What really got me shocked was when Ned dropped. I didn't think he was actually gonna get caught by the.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna die too. I was gonna go crazy, but then,
who could have caught that nigga?
The cape saved him right away with the cape.
Yeah,
that was
cape.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it was your cape here. Yeah, y'all were saying like Ned's gonna be like kind of like a part of them too because he's been like doing all this shit. So I guess maybe like cape saving him was kind of like another hint that he would be a part of them. I guess. For, like,
they kind of put too many foreshadows in for him not to be anything because he said he had magic inside of him because his grandma said so. He was able to use the magic to open up portals and shit. The cape saved him. Like, there's too much going on.
Right within hours. Because didn't Doctor Strange train for like months just to get a spark out of the air?
Trained for months just to get like a little spark. Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's gotta mean something.
He gotta be.
It means he's stronger than Doctor. Like he's gonna be a stronger magician than Doctor Strange is basically.
Bro, and then Ned's grandma was so fucking like the humor was so great in this movie.
Oh god!
You know what I low key love about that scene? What? I love how they didn't put like Spanish subtitles at the bottom. I don't know why. I can't really explain why, but I just like how they didn't subtitle what she was saying. I like it.
That was cool. I love that.
I kind of see what you're talking about.
They're saying the same thing for the new Miles movie. They want $20.99 Miles to speak in Spanish, but like just like for like a long period of time to be speaking in Spanish and just understanding each other and like maybe throwing
Ooh. Isn't Miguel Spanish too? Isn't he like half Spanish?
Miles.
He's half Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mexican. My fault.
That'd be so.
All right, just continue on Pan. Or actually, Jez, what do you rate it 1 out of 10?
10, 11, fucking 100 out of 10. Like that might be that's the best Marvel movie. I can't. Nah, that shit's insane, bro.
Okay. All right, best say less. Pan, what about you? What do you feel?
Okay, let's see where to start. I mean, I watched that movie on Wednesday, so more time has passed for me after watching this, so I don't feel the hype like you all anymore. But yeah, okay. I got some like negative points to say, but let me just like keep them for later. That movie is definitely in my top 3. Actually, no, top 2. I would say. I still have like I have Spider-Man 2 still above. Maybe like nostalgia. I don't know. Like I feel Spider-Man 2 just feels more connected to me. But let's see. The big thing I can say about this movie and like No Way Home and why I really love this movie is that they finally took risks and not just small risks. They like went all in. His Aunt May, I really thought that she would survive somehow, that all was gonna be good, she was gonna be saved. No, she actually died. Then whatchamacallit, uh, exactly like the ending, that they all really forgot who he is. They're
Yeah.
like when he entered the cafe, the whole time I was thinking that Ned and MJ were just doing a prank on him, that they still remember him and just like acting. But no, they actually forgot him. And they now Peter has no one left and he lives in this cheap ass apartment at the end, which also, by the way, reminded me of the PS4 Spider-Man room. So probably like maybe from the comics, or maybe they actually like took inspiration from the game, but I don't know the details. And of course, in terms of risks, all the villains, like 5 villains, they have the 3 Spideys. It's just all risk taking in general. Like they stopped having Peter be like Iron Man Junior, but actually made him like a real person. Like finally he's a real Spider-Man. This movie didn't even feel like an MCU movie, if I'm being honest. It actually felt like a proper Spider-Man movie with 3 Spider-Man, obviously. So, without like going into any negative things, this is like what I gotta say. Big positive is the risk taking, that they had the balls to actually have like big impacting moments that will go on on to future movies and still stay relevant. So if I had to rate this movie, I like right at the beginning after watching said like 8 to 9 out of 10, but 8 is a bit too low in my opinion. So I would say like 8.5 out of 10 for me, maybe 9 if on a good day. Like who knows?
All right, bet. Say less. Taco.
Yeah, so Pan and I kind of like we talked a little bit about the movie, I guess, because at the time we were the only ones who saw it in like the entire server. I think it was like on Friday, and basically, I guess for my thoughts of the movie, I thought it was amazing, and like no pun intended, but it was really great from I would say start to finish, honestly, because even though obviously you have the first hour of the movie, kind of being a little bit slow, being like a fetch quest, just to try to you know get all the villains that Doctor Strange like told him to get, like to just to go ahead and collect them all, return them to their own time, their own universe, and stuff like that. So that's like the first hour of the movie. I think the characters, A plus. I mean not A plus, maybe like a A, like definitely like as far as giving them the opportunity to develop more. Obviously develop at the most they can in this last film of the trilogy. You have Ned, even though Ned wasn't. I'm just thinking back into it now. I don't think Ned was like in this movie as much as he was like in Far From Home or Homecoming, but maybe about the same, maybe a little bit less. But obviously, his role in this film is, definitely way beyond his role in the other films as well. Instead of just being like a funny, like side character, like Peter's best friend, he's actually someone who's so vital in the story. Obviously, he was able to bring in the 2 other Spider-Men, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So obviously they did. I think they definitely did his character great. His character justice. Great writing as well. Zendaya also definitely, they really fleshed out their aspect of the relationship between Peter and Zendaya, or Peter and MJ, in this specific film. Tom Holland, Zendaya, which they were working on in Far From Home. Obviously, they were getting to that, and in Homecoming, it was kind of a little awkward. I know she's supposed to be playing like an awkward kind of like loner type of character, and she does it well. But I really like how in this film, at the very end, obviously, I'm sure we'll get to that as well. The whole consequence with Peter telling MJ and Ned that they're gonna remember, they're gonna forget every single memory they have of him, and that moment would not be as impactful or anything like that without the whole dynamic they had throughout the movie. And not just that, but even in Far From Home, like closer to the end, obviously that's where like they began to strengthen their relationship, strengthen the writing between those two characters. All the villains, excellent job. It was funny because when Sandman came out, not a damn soul in the whole theater, like not even clapped or said anything. I was literally the only one who did like one clap. And by the time I did one clap, I noticed nobody else in the theater like did anything, so I kind of just stopped. But I mean, I love Spider-Man 3. You know, I put Spider-Man 3 in S tier, but that's a conversation for another time. Um, and yeah, overall for the movie, I definitely think it was great. There are things that I would like Pan and I kind of agree on. We're kind of on the same page on as far as what was I guess kind of wrong in the film, or what didn't really work, or what like we kind of critique. But obviously, we'll get to that in a minute. As far as a rating for the movie, when I got out of the movie, it was like a 10 out of 10. Obviously, you know, just filled with that nostalgia, filled with that joy of the whole film. 10 out of 10. After a day or two, letting it marinate, it kind of went down to like a 9.75. And right now, for me, it's like a 9.5. I wouldn't say it's a 9. I wouldn't say it's a 10. It's definitely like, of course, a little bit like in the middle, 9.5 out of 10. And it's actually my favorite out of all Spider-Man movies. I'm actually, you know, just real quick before I wrap up, I'm actually watching every single Spider-Man movie with my parents because I kind of convinced them to like, you know, watch the whole all the Spider-Mans because they want to see No Way Home. So I was like, okay, we're gonna watch all the movies. We just finished 2 today because we watched 1 yesterday. Probably gonna start 3 tonight. And after watching this, since Spider-Man 2 is, you know, seen as the most best Spider-Man film, after seeing it like literally just like 4 hours ago, I do have to say No Way Home is definitely better than that movie. And yeah, that's just what I'm gonna wrap up with. I think No Way Home is amazing, 9.5. There are, you know, things wrong with it, which is why it's not a 10 in my opinion. But overall, it is the best MCU movie. It is the best Marvel movie, and like Pan said, I agree as well. I don't really consider it like it doesn't really seem like an MCU movie. It just seems like a standalone Spider-Man. He did his thing. He is Spider-Man now, Tom Holland, and it's a 9.5 out of 10 for me. And that's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, for sure. I guess it's my turn. I love this movie. Like, this movie was probably the best thing I've seen in Marvel ever of all time. I really don't know why though is a thing, because the content was amazing, the scriptwriter was amazing, the CGI was amazing, like everything about this movie was amazing. I just don't know what makes it better than the rest of Marvel that we've seen. There are a lot of things that goes into it, like nostalgia, of course, having Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield inside this, having all the villains that we've already seen. I really don't know what it is that makes this movie like better than Winter Soldier and everything. So I just sat there and pondered, and I think it's really because just like I feel like they actually put a lot of love and care into making this entire movie because they know how much Spider-Man means to everybody. I mean, Spider-Man is not only the most like popular MCU hero, it's also the most popular superhero of all time. Like, he beats out Batman by like a lot. So everybody is obviously in love with Spider-Man. So they definitely took their time making this. I think whenever the movie first started, I think people thought it was going to be kind of weird. For some reason, I remember a lot of people being like, oh shit, this one isn't going to be as good. I really don't remember why. But this movie was worth a wait because they did delay it for like 4 months. This movie was perfect, man. Tom's acting, probably the best acting that we've seen him in any movie ever. I've seen him in a lot more stuff than MCU. He was inside this movie about like a tsunami. I forgot what it was called, but he was like a kid back then. Like he killed this shit, man. There's so much emotion behind his lines. There's a scene, I talked about it before. There's a scene where he figures out that Green Goblin is back to being a bad guy. And the tension build up in that entire scene is just like something that I've never felt before in my entire life. Like he figures it out through Spidey senses and just walking around his apartment, and you can barely hear anything because the sound's muffled. And you can only hear that ringing sound. It sends shivers up your back because it's like it puts you in the POV of Spider-Man, and you're feeling also that something's wrong too, but you can't quite put your finger on it. This is all crazy. Andrew and Tobey, they murdered this shit. I was kind of scared. I kind of figured that Andrew and Tobey would be in it, so I was hype as fuck when they came. But it was kind of just like I'm hyped they're here, but I kind of expected it sort of thing. Like it was just too much sketchy shit going on for it not to be in the movie. They killed this shit. Tobey, I was kind of scared because I didn't really think he hasn't been in a lot of movies since like maybe Great Gatsby. I'm pretty sure. Like I think that was like his last huge movie. But he came on here and killed this shit, man. Andrew, of course, Andrew might have been, in my opinion, a better show out act than Toby was in this movie. I think they really wanted to prove the fact that Andrew was amazing Spider-Man, no pun intended, and he showed the fuck out. He's probably the funniest Spider-Man, probably the most relatable one, I feel like, because he was just doing a whole bunch of just like teenage-esque things, but like actual teenage things that teenagers do, and not the cringy shit that Hollywood thinks teenagers do. It was all around good. Him saving MJ, that scene hit the fuck out of me because like he literally lost his girlfriend the same exact way, and he didn't want Tom going down the same path that he did. The only dislike that I have about this movie, as exiting it, I did have a couple dislikes, but that all got resolved. I didn't like how Venom showed up and Electro showed up for seemingly no reason, but that got explained out by Venom having a hive mind and Electro knowing that Peter was Spider-Man through like the grid or something like that. So they knew about it. It got explained off. But the one thing that it's kind of a nitpick, but it's still a reason I didn't really like the part, was because I kind of wanted Tom to realize he was going too far by himself. I didn't want Toby to be the one to stop him in that scene. I want him to like kind of beat him senseless, but then like hold the glider up and then kind of just throw it down and be like, you know, I'm not going that way type shit. But other than that, I loved everything about this movie. I'm giving it a perfect 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. I saw it about 3 days ago, so I'll probably re-elaborate on it about a week or so and see if I still feel the same. But yeah, this movie was everything to me. It was perfect all the way around. But yeah, I love it, man. Mogo, what you think?
I can't speak as much as you guys did, but that movie, it just felt like a fever dream to me. The way everyone acted, I just loved Andrew. I just loved Andrew inside of it. I loved Toby. Fuck, I voice cracked. I just loved Toby meeting Green Goblin at the end. Like, it was Doc Ock. Fuck. I just loved when they met Doc Ock, saying like he grown so much. Because I watched that movie when I was like way younger. I don't know. It just hit different for me.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I for sure feel that. You killed the explanation. What do you rate it 1 out of 10?
It's definitely 10 out of 10. Way out of the ballpark. Oh my.
Hell yeah, bro. Is there any like nitpicks, any gripes that you have about it? Anything you didn't like about it?
Honestly, that was just sad at the ending, bro. I loved the ending was perfect. I was just sad how like no one knows who he is, because that is like also one of my fears as well, just like not knowing what anyone knows. I cannot imagine what Tom is going through, and also I feel like that was just Tom's leap of faith, saying that I want everyone to forget who I am, just to save the city. I feel like that really just showed that he's Spider-Man.
Damn, his leap of faith. Call back to Spider-Verse. Hell yeah.
Relatable.
Bro. Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah, Mogo. All right, Chango, what you thinking, bro?
Oh man, there's a lot of things I gotta say. First things first, I loved everything about this movie. I love the fact that it's essentially a love letter to Spider-Man fans with the lore that kept up with all the movies and all that shit. Like, I cried 6 times seeing this shit. Like, I did not think a Spider-Man movie would make me cry that much, but just just seeing Toby again just hits so damn different. And I'm gonna talk about other stuff, but pretty much I love everything about this movie. I love that there's repercussions of showing your identity. All your loved ones are gonna, get hurt, or everyone that you care about will, potentially die or anything. And it's just I can't there's so much to say, but I would say this too. Like, when I was watching the movie, I was wondering, like, okay, how are they gonna introduce Tom? Not Tom, Andrew and Toby. And I was just thinking in my head, like, okay, how are they gonna do this? Are they gonna just pop out of nowhere, or are they just gonna show up or something? And I low-key thought in my head, like, when the villains came in, I'm like, what if they're just low-key hiding in the city? Just for the thought. And when Ned was, opening the portals, I was like, okay, he's probably gonna find, Tom Holland and, try to give him a hug. But something was off. I'm like, I don't know, something felt weird. I'm like, when I first saw it, I saw like a figure. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then when he turned his head, bro, I I teared up just seeing the buggy, crazy eyes. I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking Andrew Garfield. And I legit thought when he was running towards the portal, I thought something bad was gonna happen. Like the portal was gonna close off, and then they would have like, I got you. But like, no, when he actually jumped, I'm like, holy shit, he's right fucking there in front of them. Like he's right there. Like he's right there. Like, and then when he starts nerding, using his nerd shit, like, oh, that the multiverse is real. Oh my god, there's magic real here too, and all that stuff. And I was just so happy, like seeing. Not gonna lie, like when I was young, when I saw these Spider-Man movies, I wasn't too used. But after I grew up, I'm like, oh my god, I actually appreciate this guy. But when I saw him like putting a lot of love into the character that he loves to play, I was just like, wow, like shit, he really loves this role. Like I would not mind seeing him like maybe one more time. And then when Ned was like, all right, let's find the other Peter, bro. Ah man, I was legit saying like under my breath, like just give me what I want. And then when they showed the fucking portal and when they showed his figure, his body, I'm like, oh man, this is probably like a random guy. And when they played his music, bro, I legit started bawling out crying because I remember it felt like that scene in Ratatouille when the guy eats ratatouille, the food, and he turns into a kid, bro. I saw Toby again. I'm like, yo, holy shit, I feel like a kid again because I remember owning the VHS tapes to Spider-Man 1 and owning these arcade Spider-Man toys, these make your own Spider-Man. Like, bro, I had posters, I had pajamas, I had Halloween costumes, and I just like thought about it. I'm like, damn, like seeing him old, I'm like, it's kind of depressing. I was crying about that too because I'm like, damn, I'm getting old and I'm seeing him old. I'm like, damn, as much as I want to see him, it's like I know he can't really do it like he used to, but I'm just happy he came back. And the ending, oh man, the one thing I loved about this movie, it took like Pan said and Taco said, it took fucking risks, and I loved it so damn much because people seem to forget that yes, Spider-Man, he's a friendly neighborhood, all that stuff, but there are consequences to this. Like everything about this character always has a tragic ending or story. Like his loved one dies, his Aunt May dies, or someone in his life dies, and then Miles losing his uncle, and then now just like, oh man, just seeing Aunt May die in this movie, I legit had like I thought like, okay, when she first got hit by the glider, I'm like, okay, she's good, but when she started falling, I'm like, no, because bro, it felt like the PS4 Spider-Man. Like, well, I gotta agree with Pan too with the PS4 Spider-Man. Like, it felt like that game for a little bit. I'm like, holy shit! Like they took notes, and just like seeing all of it like pan out, seeing Happy look at Tom Holland, looking at his aunt. It's like, damn, like how would you feel losing someone like that in your life? You know what I mean? And then I just love the fact that it wasn't Uncle Ben that said the line; it was Aunt May that said, with great power comes great responsibility." I love that 100%. That it has to be her. It makes sense. So I was not mad at all. But the ending, seeing all those Spider-Man interact, I was in tears. It's like, damn, this is real. Like my dreams finally came true. Just seeing all of them together. And like, seeing them talk, making references to the other movies like My Back, all that stuff. And
That shit was hilarious.
yeah, bro. And then like them swinging together, and then seeing Tom Holland make a web and just pulling them together to swing with them. And then when I saw them about to land on the Statue of Liberty, I just love how they had Toby land first, then they had Andrew Garfield, and then they had Tom Holland as front and center. And I'm like, oh my god, like bro, everything.
That's wavy. I didn't catch that. That's wavy as fuck.
Yeah, bro. Like I love how they just made a little hint reference that hey, he's the first one. That was the second one. I'm like, damn, this is fucking
You know what
beautiful.
I noticed? You know what I noticed when they did that though?
What's up?
Like I noticed how they each have like their own signature stance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I noticed about the stance too, when Tobey Maguire landed, it was a reference to the very first poster when he's like on a ledge with this beautiful early 2000s like color palette on him, and then the other stance, Andrew Garfield. And then it's just, bro. And then seeing them all fight together, doing crazy ass combos, seeing all the villains interact. Talk about villains. Hold up. Fucking Green Goblin deserves a fucking reward for this movie. Oh my god.
Bro.
If anything, bro, no one's ever gonna replace this nigga as Green Goblin. I'm sorry, you can't. You cannot beat this man's Green Goblin. He's too damn good. Like, bro, him getting punched and he's laughing. I'm like, holy shit!
Bro.
Why hasn't DC cast him as the Joker?
Yeah, Joker vibes
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
told my
Joker
friend
was
that-
really he killed it.
And Defoe's role in the film is like in this film. It was literally his audition for Joker. Like it's perfect.
Yeah, like he has the face to laugh. I'm like, why hasn't it been? It's been so many years, and you guys have not picked this man as the Joker?
Because DC's
Like, are you
stupid.
serious?
Right, like why would they put out Jared Leto out of all people?
I don't know, bro. But
Jared Leto?
after seeing William Dafoe's performance, I'm sorry, no other person that whoever gets cast as the Green Goblin in the future, no one's gonna replace that. You can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now.
And he better win awards. What's up?
The new Batman movie, I'm gonna say is right now just so it could be out in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might have Willem Dafoe as Joker in that movie though. We don't know.
Hey, who knows?
They might.
And one thing too.
What were you going to Chango?
Oh no! Since this movie's doing the multiverse thing, right? I'm sorry, Flashpoint, the Flash movie. You better do something because you're not beating this shit, bro. I'm sorry.
Marvel even had a Flashpoint book inside their shit. Like, nigga,
Oh
DC,
god,
y'all suck.
like
disrespectful.
bro.
That's so disrespectful.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, yo, Flash, I'm sorry. You're done. It's over. L ratio.
Yeah, they said
But
Flash, but I'm
ratio-
like, damn.
And then when here's another thing too. I was wearing the Miles Morales suit when I went to the theater. People recognized me. They were like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then when Jamie Foxx said there has to be a Black Spider-Man out there, my nephews, some people near me, they all looked at me like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yes, sir."
Yes, sir.
Bro,
Yes,
I feel like
sir.
Green Goblin is
Your
like
destiny.
one of the best MCU villains.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the
I mean,
best.
just
Yeah,
for that short
absolutely.
amount of
It's
time,
not really
yeah,
that.
I don't
too.
know. It did not take him like an entire
Yeah.
setup just for him to be seen. Like
He did all his own stunts, right? Like he didn't want to do all.
Yeah.
Like apparently, yeah.
He said
And
he said he didn't even want to be in the movie unless he could do his own stunts.
yeah. And not only that too, bro. It's like, man, like I'm still like baffled. Like this really happened. I'm mad. I'm not even talking about this scene too. I gotta give credit to my boy Doctor Strange. Like
Doctor
the
Strange,
fucking
bro.
the mirror dimension, bro. That is the most trippiest scene to me, bro.
That nigga got his ass
and then
beat.
Peter just knew everything. This is
And
fucking-
like, I'm not gonna lie to you too, bro. Like,
geometry. I was like, what the fuck?
Dr.
yeah,
Strange was
I'm
like, what the
I'm
hell?
like, okay, they're finally addressing how fucking smart he is, bro. And the fact that he beat him with mathematics, I'm like, get the fuck
Say,
out
wait a
of here,
second,
bro.
trigonometry. Like, nigga, what?
You're gonna get ratio, nigga. Like,
I would have
come
been
on,
mad
bro.
as
Why
fuck if
put
I was
that in
Doctor
the movie?
Strange.
Come on now.
I'm sitting.
And not only
I was
that-
in the movie though.
And not only that too, bro. It's like when I saw that scene, I'm like, yo, this is legit like a snippet, like what the fucking multiverse of madness is gonna look like. But
Yes.
this is only in Spider-Man, and like there's so much I love to say, but I love to say like I love that this movie took risks, and I love the ending. It made me cry. I'm not gonna lie. I love the ending of them not knowing who Peter is, and I love it's gonna set up so many fucking things. And Venom obviously it was kind of a pointless but not really pointless end credit scene because
It was.
symbiote
pointless.
and the fact that like Apollo said they do share a hive mind. So I'm like, hold up, Secret Wars. That's where Venom. That's where the symbiote first gets introduced into the comics. So hey. I'm just saying, like, you got a perfect setup.
Just leave it on.
I just don't want Venom to be Flash. Is the only thing.
Oh, no.
It's
Oh,
gonna
no,
be
no.
Flash, definitely.
That's gonna be the
probably gonna be
corniest
Flash
Venom known
or-
to man.
It will either be Flash or they might say, hey, we're finally going to introduce Eddie Brock because, they're finally setting up the college years. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
Eddie
yeah, the
Brock
Peter
is a
can turn
grown
into the
man.
photographer.
That does, like, what is?
and
What
it's
is-
just
what is he
like,
gonna do?
oh, I don't know, but there's so many things they can do. And then, they haven't even used Scorpion yet. So I'm happy they're saving him for the college years.
No, they got a scorpion.
He
No,
said they
I
haven't
know, but
used him yet.
They haven't
Oh, they
used him.
haven't
yet,
used him.
you
They
know
haven't
what I mean?
used him.
So it's like I just love everything about this movie, and then I gotta talk about that fucking beautiful ass suit at the end. Oh my god!
Oh my!
Look, I'm just saying right now, bro. I know Comic-Con next year is gonna be fucking insane.
Bro,
All you gonna see is red and blue. All you gonna see is red and blue.
That blue on that suit was fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro.
It was pretty,
it was beautiful. The material was beautiful, and I love the fact that he took inspiration of Toby and Andrews and just combined it into one suit. And I'm like, the more I look at it, I'm like, this is Spider-Man. This is like Pan said, this doesn't really feel like an MCU movie. Like the fact that this man John Watts is gonna direct Fantastic Four, I can't fucking wait.
Didn't the director say they're gonna make another trilogy for the Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah,
they are. It's just like
I'm so hyped for that.
It's already in the works. All right,
so before we start going, I want to talk about like scene specific things. But Chango, what you rated, bro? What you rated?
I'm gonna have to rate this movie a fucking 20 out of 10, just because I felt like a kid again, bro.
Hell yeah.
Shit, that was my review.
All right, so let's just break down this movie by like scenes. I love this movie. And I don't know y'all want to talk about it as bad as I do. So what do you guys feel about the scene where Green Goblin was just beating the brakes off Tom Holland the first time they fought? What did y'all feel about that shit?
Why was he so fucking strong?
You're a unit.
He was hitting that nigga through damn stories.
That wrestling move when you fucking like power drive the nigga through the fucking...
Yo, I forgot to talk about that.
Just because of experience.
No, I forgot to talk about that shit, bro. Okay. So you want me to go first? Or?
Yeah, you can go first, Chango.
Okay. I heard some interviews that Tom Holland used two PS4 moves from the video game, and bro, when I saw this man do the web thing and like just fucking kick William Dafoe down the damn building blow, but I love the fact that even though this man looks like he is 70 years old, but that Green Goblin serum, bro, come on, you think that shit's weird?
Shit.
Like, bro, like it's not the super soldier serum. This fucking Green Goblin shit is on point, bro. Like he's vicious. I love it.
Wait, was the move when he like threw him in the air and then like stomped on him with his web?
When he like jumps up and then pulls himself down with his web.
Yeah. Okay. And then at the end, and then at the end when Tom Holland, he jumps behind him, gets him with the web, and slams him on some like Batista bomb shit, bro.
Wait, that's in the game?
That's in the game. He took two moves from the game, and I know
that Liger bomb shit.
Yeah, like at the end when he's like he jumps over him, gets the webs behind him, and just slams him.
That move is clean.
That is.
If I can find it real quick, because I sent it to Taco.
When he did that shit, I was like, "Oh, this game over for Green Goblin. This nigga going crazy."
I'm gonna be honest. I thought Toby or like Andrew was gonna stop him. I thought Toby would fight Green Goblin, just like a rematch.
He beat the fuck out of Toby the first time they fought.
I don't know.
Toby would like, bro. He said,
Toby got more experience now.
Just because he got more experience doesn't mean anything, bro.
Niggas forget, they forget how strong Green Goblin was. Toby did not beat Green Goblin in the first movie. Like, he killed himself.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Like, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that...
old.
Yeah, and I love the fact that out of everything, who stopped Tom Holland was Tobey Maguire. It makes fucking sense, bro. Like that's his villain. He's like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Hey, shit.
I really wish he would have stopped by himself though. Cause I get it. He was too far, but I wish he would have stopped himself.
Nah.
How would you feel that your Aunt May dies, bro?
Like, exactly.
About that, though.
I think it makes sense though, because like when he first came in, like before even Andrew noticed it, he was like, "I'm here for a purpose. Like I know we have to help like this universe is Spider." Like he already knew, so he was kind of playing like the dad. So I feel like it had to be him to stop him right there. It felt so right, at least in my opinion, it felt so right.
Well, I just feel like they were setting him up to be different because even Andrew in the beginning was like, "Yeah, bro. I mean, my Uncle Ben died, and then my Gwen died, and then I just went crazy and I couldn't stop myself." So I thought they were setting up Tom to like be somebody that could stop himself if.
You're right.
Yeah. Actually makes sense.
I think because it was too fresh. Like she just passed. So I think he was like, "Fuck no, I'm going crazy." He was
that shit was that was the first scene I've ever been like scared of Spider-Man.
Like,
He was frightening.
Yeah, dude
Yeah,
said, "I'm
bro.
gonna just kill you myself."
Like, you gotta
He was
remember,
ready
bro,
to kill him.
Spider-Man be pulling all his punches, bro.
Yeah.
He could legit kill you if he wanted to. Like, he
Yes.
even said it in the interview, like on the fucking giant, New York posters and shit. He's like, "Yeah, I can kill you right now if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna
Yeah,
bring
you
it to
see
me."
how he
Like, bro,
Bro, that one scene when
the ground.
Strange, and then Doctor Strange was like, you trying to grab the box, and he kept like moving it with his spidey senses. That was so weird. Like, how the
Yeah,
fuck?
that was
okay,
It was
so I
a
need to
Spidey
talk about
sense.
that, bro.
That's so
The-
bad.
that was like the fact that it made sense with his Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man, obviously, if you're getting shoot out of your body, the fact that your spider sense is already ultra heightened like that, bro, I loved it.
That was crazy.
And dude, his soul wasn't even in his body, and it still worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
Like,
crazy.
bro, his spider, people keep sleeping on spider sense being weak, bro. Like, stop.
Like, he could be asleep, you couldn't even touch him. He could be asleep, and he was just moving around and stuff. You can't hit him. You can't hit him.
It's too good, bro. All right, so what do you guys feel about the Aunt May scene? Whoever wants to go first can, because I know it's a pretty deep scene. A very deep scene.
I'm gonna just go first. So for the Aunt May scene, now the thing about Aunt May, I guess I just want to preface is, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a lot of people, like, just either you really like Aunt May, like for this trilogy, or you just did not give a shit about Aunt May up until this movie.
That's me.
Because exactly, yeah. The thing is, and I can't blame you for that, and I can't blame anybody else for that, because they haven't really done anything with this Aunt May. Like, they had her, the only role she had in Far From Home was like, oh, her and Happy are like dating. That's the arc. Like, that's the story about Aunt May. She's like, flirting or has a fling with Happy. That's literally the only arc or story
But it.
that they tell there in Far From Home. And then Homecoming, it's just like she's like oblivious to everything, so you can't really do much like character building if she doesn't know that he's Spider-Man. So leading up to this movie, they didn't, really didn't have enough. Like, in my opinion, really didn't have enough of, I guess, character development or like depth or people caring about Aunt May at this point. Now, the fact that they were able to completely like immerse her and, like, really just have her being a very important part of obviously this film, just her, that scene of her dying is literally like the pinnacle point in this film. It's not Andrew joining, it's not Toby joining, it's that scene, because I feel like in those 15 minutes from where Goblin obviously turns bad, and like everybody in Happy's apartment just kind of goes haywire, up until her death. Goblin escaping, Happy pulling up to the apartment complex downstairs. Up until that point, that's literally the most pinnacle, the most important 15 minutes of this trilogy. Now, as far as the death went, and well, I guess I just want to say a little bit more as far as before this movie came out. I did see like a bunch of spoilers, actually, because that's the type of person I am. Some I looked for like months ago, some I didn't look for. It came up like this week, like this past week or whatever. But I kind of knew that she was gonna die. Like, I think I saw somewhere that she was going to, but I was thinking to myself, okay, if they're gonna kill her off in this film, like it's like no way, because they didn't really build up her character, like I said. So just the fact that they were able to do that in like an hour and a half really just make her like a pinnacle part of this film. And obviously having her death being super impactful, I literally was teary eyed. So I didn't cry throughout the whole film. I literally was almost in tears. My eyes were super watery when you see that little 2-3 minute dialogue between Tom Holland and Marissa Tomei, when she's like little like like walking a little bit, taking a little few steps, and then she collapses, she falls down. That literally was like it's so impactful, so important, and such really well acted, that it literally made me like tear up, like when Spider-Man cries, you cry. That's just kind of the way it goes. And when she got hit by the glider, I know Changos like says like I think you said that you didn't really, you thought that she was like, okay, fine, maybe she just got hit, maybe she wasn't gonna die. She got hit like at least like 60-70 miles an hour by the fucking Goblin glider. Like, no way anybody like survives that. So that's why when she kind of got up, I was like, hold up, ain't no way that they're doing this, because any collision, even it could be a car. People die outside crossing the street, getting hit by cars going 30 miles an hour. That glider was going super fucking fast, and like her body literally just like got got thrown to the wall or whatever as soon as it got hit. But obviously, the way they killed her off, it was perfect. The emotions perfect. The whole atmosphere is perfect. That's the one part of the film I really didn't have a single problem with. Like those 15 minutes were perfect in my opinion. The best 15 minutes of the trilogy, and yeah, I mean, I was sad. Like I didn't think I'd be teary eyed or or really watery eyes over Aunt May or Marissa Tomei, but I was like it just I really like was really emotional during it, because they were able to bring her character to like another like F of importance leading up to that, and just seeing Tom Holland's performance, it just made me cry. Like it just made me almost cry. So that scene was perfect. Not I would change not a single thing about that scene, and oh man, it was just great.
Yeah, absolutely. That scene, for me, I am completely fine with Aunt May being the Uncle Ben of this series. Because it would have been so corny to basically just sit here and watch her raise Tom for 3 movies straight, only to have him like flashback to Uncle Ben telling him the words that every Uncle Ben has told Peter. I'm fine with her being the one to say with great power comes great responsibility, because we have only seen her. She was the Uncle Ben of this series. I mean, I feel like in the past 2 Spider-Mans, May wasn't really. I mean, I guess Tobey's was, but Andrew's May wasn't really utilized as well as this one was. Of course, Tobey's Aunt May was utilized a lot more because he had 3 movies, and we did see her a lot most of all those movies. But I don't know. I really needed her to be the one to say those words, and I'm glad they kind of like pump faked us with the she's still alive.
Okay, I'm gonna just give my opinion, because I didn't cry at all during the movie. Not because it was bad or something, but just because I'm not the type of person to cry during movies. But I think Taco like hit the nail on the head with the whole scene with Aunt May like dying the fight beforehand, like from the apartment until like she died. But man, I gotta connect it back to like the reason why this all happened. Because maybe I'm just forgetting something, or maybe I'm just not getting something. But I didn't like the fact that I don't know when this, it was like near the beginning, when Green Goblin suddenly appeared in Feast, and she convinced Peter to start helping the villains, like they are still savable. I mean, okay, it's a noble thing to do, of course, but this is like in the end the reason why she dies. She wants to help Green Goblin, and he is the one to kill her. Which I don't know. I mean, she works at Feast, so I mean it makes sense that she wants to help people. But all of this is the reason why she died, and I don't really like that Peter just gave into this. I believe Peter should know.
I mean, that is Spider-Man though.
It is, and at the same time, none of the other Spideys ever tried to help their villains in their movie like they did in this movie. This goes back to, like, I think the term convenience. Like, the way Tom at first, and then later on in the laboratory, Toby and Andrew also come in. Like, when they make the cures for everyone, right? I think it just feels a little bit too convenient that they are able to come up with all the cures, all the solutions to like completely nullify all the bad effects of the villains and make them regular people again.
Well, these are villains that they've already fought.
I gotta agree with Ken on that, though.
They are, and they still like come up with. I mean, Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the apartment was able to, in a few minutes, solve the issue with Doc Ock, Electro. Like, I mean, Electro would have been completely cured if he didn't like rip this thing off, and the Green Goblin, like he had the serum more or less ready to go, but like he wasn't finished at that point. Like, and that's only in like a few minutes.
Well, it was the time lapse in a few minutes, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
But
feel
the
like
thing is, like, we
I
gotta,
don't think that they were there for hours. I don't think.
we can't overestimate the fact that Peter Parker is like the second smartest person in MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 3 Peter Parkers. I mean,
That's
that's
what I'm saying.
like,
I mean,
I think
the
even
first,
Richard Reed, who is the smartest MCU character, said that Peter Parker was like almost as smart as him in a comic book. Like, he's a genius. He's not just a kid. We gotta realize that.
I agree. He is smart, but then again, it might come like off as cheap just to say that this all makes sense just because he's smart. Like other there are more smart characters in fiction that are not able to pull very complex stuff off in a matter of minutes.
But I
But
think
that's not even a big complaint on my part. It just felt weird that suddenly when they all three came together, they were able to fix issues that they had for years in their universe.
that's the thing though. Like I want to, because in Tom's universe, it's like way more like high tech compared to them. That's why like, they have nanotechnology. They have
Yeah.
all this like new stuff, and they have Tony Stark Industries. Like not only do you have 3 Spider-Man all working together at the same time, they also have like way better technology, way better things to work with. So that's why I think it was so easy for, not easy, but like it was what's his face? Tom was able to make the thing to save Doc Ock and like fix his brain because they didn't have that type of technology back
They
then.
even mentioned it too. Like before they like fixed them up, they're like, "Oh, our technology is way better over here."
Yeah,
And there's even lines that kind of set that up because Toby was like, "Well, yeah, I've been kind of thinking about the Green Goblin thing for the past 25 years." I mean, it's because like they've fought these guys. Andrew literally came up a cure for Lizard during his movie, so that's explained. Doc Ock, like his is easily explained because it's just a malfunction of his chip that can be easily fixed. Toby said he's been thinking about how he could have beat Green Goblin a different way. Electro literally is just a nullifier for his electricity. Like I mean, it's simple things to not us a little bit, but like I think it would be simple for 3 geniuses to come up with how to beat these simplified villains. I think.
Wait,
Now
what
I'm
did they do
waiting.
with Sandman?
Sandman.
Yeah, he's the hardest one I think that could have been to come up with. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't understand
Motive,
the method they used. Like they had a device that sucks up the sand, but then he like turns into a normal human. I don't know. Like Sandman is probably the most complicated one to solve.
Yeah, it's probably just reverse the
They did
process.
something with, like, I'm thinking they did something like with like the atoms and like the cells in his body or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Wait,
How would they do that in a school laboratory though? I'm
I mean, you
Don't
gotta
ask
think about
me.
it. It is 3 Peter Parkers, okay? 3
I guess.
strong minds. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They're smart as shit.
we're just going with the explanation that they're smart and can do anything. Like that
Yeah,
works.
well,
I
I'll
didn't
go
feel
with
like
that.
Sandman had any motive like just to join them. Because when they brought up like Sandman, why are you doing? He said, "I don't care."
He just
I
wanted to
felt they
live.
could've brought up Sandman more.
Honestly, he just wanted to
He,
see
he,
his
did, he
daughter
didn't
too,
want to
bro.
die.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to die.
Yeah, that's the
I
main
think
thing
the
about Sandman.
oversimplified answer for Pan's problem is that they've literally already beat every single one of these villains before by doing kind of the same thing. I mean, he beat Electro by overcharging him, so what's the way to reverse that? By nullifying his electricity. He beat Lizard by curing him. He already did that in his movie, so it's an easy fix for him. Sandman, probably really hard to explain. Green Goblin, I think all they had to do is just come up with a cure for his whatever. I mean, there's already like blueprints and stuff of how he became the way he is because it's literally like a messed up version for the super soldier serum. And it was in the news for that.
Really?
Like I don't think it was. Yeah, it was. But I don't think it's really too hard to come up with fixes for the villains. And I kind of would have found it corny if they just took the original Marvel approach. Oh, I guess we just got to beat them all. I think it was unique that they wanted to cure them instead of killing them all.
yeah, it
Makes
seemed
sense,
more
makes sense.
Spider-Man. It seemed more Spider-Man way because of course Spider-Man was like man, because he could easily just been like I'll just press this button, y'all have fun. But he's like let me figure out some way to like make them like when they go back to their own world they can actually have a second chance. That felt like a real Spider-Man movie because only his ass would do that shit.
Yeah.
It's a really well written movie for real.
If only half of them like didn't die though.
Now I'm waiting for the people who are going to say something like he only was able to do all this because he had Stark Tech. Like
You know what? I
it's coming.
I gotta say one more thing too. I cannot wait to see all the dumbasses that thought that fucking Toby and Andrew were not going to be in this movie.
You
sure
really got to be
in
an
there.
idiot
Like,
to
Yeah,
not
it-
think
it's
that.
legit
I
the
knew it
worst
was.
kept
I knew it.
secret. Like, bro, the interviews made it up. Bro, there is a 4K.
Why would you have interviews with them if you
This
know they're
nigga,
gonna
this
be-
nigga Andrew was doing cut interviews. Like, nigga,
Bro,
what are you
and
here
not only
for?
that too, not only
Stop
that
asking me
too.
questions. Stop asking me questions. Like, bro,
It's like,
you
bro.
were not relevant until this movie was announced. You were not relevant at all. Like,
And not only that too, bro. 4K movie footage. Who the fuck got that shit?
Sony literally released it.
8K, bro.
Sony did that shit themselves.
I just didn't keep my hopes
Why
high
would they
for
do
them
that?
being in the movie. I wanted to be a little bit excited.
I feel like the biggest thing that kind of was like, oh, they're for sure is the whole like Brazilian trailer when they showed the lizard being kicked.
that was dumb.
Wait, was anybody else looking at Lizard when that scene happened?
Yes,
I did.
Yeah, I only watched them at
I was,
Lizard.
I was like, why is he dabbing?
They started cheering. They were like, "Oh yes, finally!" They knew that shit was coming. That's
Andrew kicked the fuck out that nigga.
That was a
his
clean
whole
kick.
jaw came off. Like, damn.
That kick was kind of clean though.
Yeah,
Like,
Andrew
he's like
still
a-
got some anger left over against that nigga. He went all
And
out
not only
against
that
it.
too.
He did that. Jaden Smith
Apparently,
kick.
apparently, it's not gonna be the last time we're gonna see Toby and Andrew. So, woo.
Yeah, they said they're gonna be inside Secret
I wonder how
Wars.
they gonna do
the
that.
new Mobile movie or
Oh,
something.
they are?
Isn't
Can you
Toby
explain
gonna be in it?
what is Secret Wars? Can you explain that real quick?
So
Like,
Secret Wars is like essentially, I don't know. It's like Secret Invasion, but it's like they. Fuck, I don't know how to explain it.
Go
bro.
online and
Find this
research.
I mean, all I know is
I'm
that
about to do online this shit.
all I know is that it's the comic that he gets the Venom symbiote. Like, I think that's the only like important thing about it, honestly. But
oh, wait, so he gets like the black suit?
yeah, that's where he gets it in the comic.
Yeah, that's-
Also,
Yeah.
in the Morbius trailer, I'm pretty sure it showed Tobey Maguire too.
yeah.
So, but it
did,
also
it
showed
did.
the dude who plays Vulture in it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it
was
showed-
thinking about that too. Like how you gonna show Michael Keaton and
It
Tobey
showed
Maguire in the same trailer?
Toby's suit. It showed Michael Keaton, and it showed Andrew's Daily Bugle inside of it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Whoa!
And if you remember too, it did say murderer on the
Yeah.
wall. And remember, Andrew Garfield did say he stopped pulling his punches. So
He might be a
Spider-Man.
bad guy in his universe.
also, I'm pretty sure where Tom Holland like got his apartment, I'm pretty sure that's where like Hawkeye is taking place, like the place. I'm pretty
Nah,
sure it's
that's
right
a
next
I
to
noticed
Hawkeye.
that. I noticed that.
That's a big
Because didn't he swing right into the what's someone call it? What is that? What is that called?
Y'all got to think if Spider-Man's inside Hawkeye, literally takes away all good credibility from Hawkeye.
Fuck.
Like
Oh,
if
who
he's
cares
in there,
about
like who? I mean, that's the thing. They want people to care about
they could just
Hawkeye.
show him like for a little bit.
Oh,
just,
okay,
like,
okay,
bumping
okay.
into Hawkeye.
That's why they didn't bring Doctor Strange inside WandaVision.
Nah, Spider-Man should not be in Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Well, they
at
they
all.
try to give him cameos. They try to give him cameos.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
essentially,
Spider-Man-
Hawkeye does take place after No Way Home. So
Oh, okay.
Hawkeye takes place after No Way Home.
yeah, it takes place after No Way Home. Yeah,
Now,
they
if you were
do
to-
mention the new and improved Statue of Liberty, and they are fighting where I forgot the name of that place.
You know
But
what?
they
I
are
didn't even watch Hawkeye.
They are
yet.
fighting where Spider-Man swang by, so it would be crazy if he's just like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I
Yeah,
was
but I
saying.
mean, if you were to put like a Daredevil or a smaller hero in there, that wouldn't really nullify Hawkeye's effect. Like Spider-Man would just
Like
take
Spider-Man
away all
would
hype
steal
away.
that whole
Yeah.
fucking show. Like, hey guys, it's me, Spider-Man. Remember my movie? It comes out.
That's the only thing that they would talk about.
Remember my movie that just came out a couple days ago? Oops, sorry, ratio L.
Exactly.
Yo, while we're still on this, like before we leave to another scene or topic, about the villains, I just want to have your opinion, because I think that since the movie had 5 villains, the movie
Yeah.
should have been like 1 hour longer, because they were
Mm.
not able to do anything with Lizard, Sandman, and they barely did anything with Electro. Like, he had his... I don't know, he had no arc. He just was like, okay,
He
you
was
might
bad.
help me? Ah, you can't. And then he just went buck wild.
I just find it funny how Lizard was the first one to be found. Like,
it didn't even
I mean,
show
the thing
Doctor
is,
Strange
like-
finding him in it.
Like who
They didn't even
give
do
a
that.
fuck about them dumbass niggas? Like I
Then don't put them in. Use other villains. I don't know.
there's no other villains that
Oh, no,
niggas would give a
there's
fuck
no other
about.
villains.
And
There's no
put
other
in new
villains, 'cause
ones.
They're not in the
Fuck.
movies.
That'd be
Oh, you
way
but
too
there
much.
is a villain that
movie.
legit, like, every
It's a
time you
terrible
punch him,
movie.
you punch yourself. He's like a black hole type villain for Spider-Man. I forgot his name.
Who?
Was he? But was he in the? He wasn't.
You can't add a new villain into like this already clusterfuck of a movie. Like it's it's crazy they even like pulled this off.
Of course you can. That's why I think the movie should have been just longer to give these characters an arc. And it doesn't matter then no one cares about them.
Okay, wait here. Okay, I'm gonna say this quick.
Sure.
So you know how Doctor Strange made the spell, right?
Yeah.
They like the writers purposefully see this is also the clue that gave away that Toby and Andrew gonna be in the movie. That they actually had Toby and Andrew's villains because they could have got any other universe villains. Like they could have had Prowler, they could have had what's his name, Tombstone or something. They could have had anybody else, but no, they specifically chose the other Spider-Man's villains, and that gave it away that they were gonna be in the movie, which actually set the spell off. And that actually, and that's like the main reason why they actually had those villains instead of anybody else.
Imagine them using PS4 Spider-Man villains.
Oh my god!
I understand what you mean. I just don't. I think that they know what villains they were going to utilize and which ones they don't. At the end of the day, we have to deal with those 5 villains: Aunt May, Toby, Ned, Zendaya, Doctor Strange, Wong for a little bit. Like there was a lot of characters, so I think it's okay for Sandman and Lizard to kind of like sit back in the back burner.
It makes sense for them to be there, definitely. They even teased Rhino, I think, at the end in the sky or something.
Yeah,
and someone else, I don't remember. But as I said, like they were just there to be there, like empty characters to get beat up, not doing anything relevant.
I feel like Sandman is like he was chilling, like there's nothing wrong with him, right? He was like, I just want to go.
He's not really a bad guy.
Sandman has just like usual thing with wanting to see his daughter.
The only reason they picked 5 characters was to not show that they're gonna use the Sinister Six yet. Like they didn't want people to compare them to the Sinister Six. Like they were already doing that because they were already predicting who the 6th member is gonna be, but they didn't because I think they're gonna make a Sinister Six movie.
But it's gonna be with niggas that actually hate Spider-Man. That's the only thing about this group that's not the Sinister Six is that not all these niggas hate Spider-Man. I mean, Sandman was cool.
I mean, none of them do. Probably besides Green Goblin.
Green Goblin, yeah. I mean, they're all cool. Like Doc Ock is literally not a bad guy at all. It's just this chip was messed up.
I'll be right back, guys. Please.
But like none of them were really bad, honestly. The thing is, Electro wasn't bad either. Like him and Andrew were like dapping each other. Like, yeah, dog, you got my ass. Like dapping each other up whenever you like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait, is Lizard bad?
Lizard? You know, yeah, hell yeah.
Lizard, he wants to.
That nigga tried to turn the whole city into lizards.
That's
like,
why are they making the cure? They making the cure at school, and while they're doing so, the villains are just rampaging through the city.
Oh yeah, there was mad casualties.
Fuck, Spider-Man, no.
Where did Electro get that gear from?
I don't think they killed any because like because for example when Electro pulled up and he was like give me the box and I won't kill y'all. I don't think he probably wasn't like trying to.
Yeah, don't make me murder, Peter.
No, Green Goblin was for sure out there slaughtering thousands of people.
Electro somehow got the new fit. He definitely stole it.
Okay, so I have a theory.
Whiplash.
I don't think I really don't think that Electro because they kind of explained it out by saying Electro looks different because it's he switched universes or whatever, but nobody else did at all. Like they all still look exactly the same except Electro.
Confused me too, though.
But I think in the clauses, Jamie Foxx is like, look, I'm not being that corny ass nigga in this one. Y'all better change my look. I don't want this gap ass tooth. Yeah, exactly. Like I really think he said, if y'all in this movie, I'm not being that corny dumbass nigga that I was in the last one. So they explained it out, but I don't think there's any reason he changed except for that.
But they didn't really explain it because Lizard noticed that how ugly he was before, but he didn't explain why he changed.
He asked him and then he just shrugged it off.
Right, he was like, what are you talking about?
He's like,
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. What you mean by that?
When they first saw him, like above the little power lines, he came down and he was like, "Oh, like I feel new power here." I guess that was the way of trying to kind of explain it. Oh, that was what he looked like before. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. That nigga was not the same nigga at all. Like he definitely said, "Look, I'm not being him, bro."
Like he worked out or something. Like that dude looked muscular and stuff. You seen him?
Yeah, that dude was baby.
I laugh whenever just Jamie Foxx is making jokes.
That nigga is funny as
Oh
fuck.
god, that dude is hilarious.
He's a
bro.
comedian.
He did his thing in this movie.
He was in the Jamie Foxx show. That's just hilarious.
I was cool seeing it, like Hannibal Buress and all them at the beginning too. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, that scene was actually really good too. Like that white nigga was like, "Oh, I love you, I love you." Like, he was going crazy. He was going crazy.
Now, I have to throw my last negative point in here before I forget.
Okay.
Because I remember after Jeezy mentioned Doctor Strange, I think that's a thing I heard multiple people say. Doctor Strange definitely got nerfed. That's a fact, I think. Intelligence-wise, power-wise. And that wouldn't be too bad, in my opinion. Since it's a Spider-Man movie. And this might be just because I'm still on a movie marathon and I'm watching classics and stuff. So that might be why I look at this critically or whatever you want to call this. Mm-hmm. But it just, I don't know, it feels cheap, low key. I don't know. It doesn't make sense for Doctor Strange to do let's say okay, let's start from the very beginning. The spell, right? That everyone forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Why is he just rushing to do the spell? Why isn't he making a briefing and explaining to Peter first what this spell does and then starting it? Why is he just whoop, yeah, we started the spell, and Peter's like, what the fuck? What does it do?
Well, have you guys seen Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I watched Doctor Strange.
The only thing is that I kind of counter with that because that's just his character. He's a very narcissist.
True.
Straight to the point throughout the entire thing.
Now, counter argument: dude survived Dormammu, and in the movie, it looked like he only was killed a couple times by Dormammu until he got bored. But in the canon, I think that was confirmed. Doctor Strange was dying thousands and thousands of times.
It was like
for
a million
multiple years. So if this is not the pinnacle of patience and determination, I don't know what is. So I don't know if Doctor Strange would really do such a big spell that takes over the whole world. Everyone gets manipulated. It just that, casually.
Didn't he say he did it casually for a party at the beginning?
Yeah, because he's kind of threw in little hinters that he's still the same dude.
He did it casually for a party on a small scale. But I mean, okay, you could say it's also his character. I don't know, it's a bit stretchy. I didn't hate it. It's just something that came to my mind after I watched the movie. I also went online. And on that note, today I also sent in a meme into the server where someone edited the scene, the dialogue. And I thought about this, and I mean, it's funny, but it also makes sense. Why wasn't the spell something like everyone forgets who Mysterio is and what he said?
Ooh,
that would solve completely.
Then there wouldn't be a
everything.
movie.
Yeah, exactly.
There wouldn't be a movie.
There wouldn't be a movie. Yeah.
Now, look. If Peter is so smart, if Doctor Strange is so smart, why didn't they think about that? But that now, before you talk, also goes back to Marvel in general. Let's look at Infinity War and Thanos wanting to kill half the population of the universe. Yep. This also is not a good solution if you really think about it. Which, all in all, I think these solutions, these spells, they might sound good at first. You think, they make sense. But if you really think about them, there are way better ways to solve them. But then we wouldn't have an entertaining movie. So
let's just
that's true.
Yeah. Let's kind of think of it like this. Whenever let's just say something like that happens in a movie, right? We're taking our knowledge because we're watching the movie and then counteracting that with okay, well, he could have done this, he could have done this, he could have done this. But in the movie's perspective, they're taking the problem that they have and facing it with the first argument that they have. So I think it's it's definitely a cinematical thing for people to analyze a movie and then put counters in there where they could have done this. But I think it's just if we use that knowledge to all movies, then movies wouldn't exist, I think.
Man, I want a movie that is smart, really smart. You think about it and you think it makes sense.
Fake. That's what divides it from real and fake.
Yeah,
you gotta take some of the best movies that exist, like Seven and stuff like that. I mean, all you have to do is just like put this man in jail before anything bad happens. But they chose not to.
That's so true though, because he was doing that spell, and then he's like, oh, "I want to add MJ, or I want to add Ned." He should have just been like, "Okay, let's stop. Who do you really want to add, and then let's start again."
Well, we can't stop. That's the thing. He said once you start, you can't stop.
Oh, hold up.
True.
For seven, they couldn't have put them in jail, like the criminal, because wait, has everyone seen Seven?
No,
Not at
I
all.
really doubt it.
Yeah, whatever. Whether the movie's
okay.
old as fuck, I'm a spoil. Like, he appeared at the end. He already killed the wife when he got there. So even putting him in jail wouldn't. But I'm digressing. This is a completely different movie. I think that MCU movies in general are not like like all too super like very tight, complex written stuff. Like it's well written, of course. The characters are very nice. Like everything most of the stuff makes sense. But superhero movies are probably not the type of movies you should overanalyze.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you will find a lot of plot holes and stuff that could have been made better in terms of technological aspects, movie-wise, and story aspects. Like the characters in the story could have done better decisions since they are so smart. But as I said, these three negative things I mentioned in this podcast so far are the only like big things I didn't like about the movie. They are all more or less minor, so that's why this movie is still in my top two. Like, doesn't change it.
Hell yeah, yeah, I definitely feel you. I just like when people go into a superhero movie, like they definitely, I don't think they should overanalyze like you said, because like at the end of the day, this is a universe where niggas can fly and have superpowers.
Yeah.
So like thinking at it from like a logical, well, why didn't he just? Well, this is literally a movie where niggas fall into a batch of eels and then turn into electricity powers.
Yeah, maybe it's just because my favorite character in the MCU is Doctor Strange, and maybe I subconsciously felt robbed. I don't know.
Yeah, and then it would have been a Doctor Strange movie if he saved the day.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why was he stuck in there for so long? He's like,
I mean, he didn't have
12
ring.
hours.
12 hours in the Grand Canyon. Like, bro, if you know,
You made the dimension, bro. Just get out.
Yeah,
you're in the mirror dimension.
Just think of that nigga just hanging there.
If he's legit hanging on the Grand Canyon, you know how that gotta be some crazy feats, bro. This man is strong as shit, bro. And not only that, too, bro. He didn't have the ring with him, so he couldn't just easily, do some crazy shit.
I just know he was mad as hell for those 12 hours.
He's in the mirror dimension. He has all control. This is why you're not the Sorcerer Supreme.
He was
and you got
pissed.
blipped.
Officially.
I could just imagine him like in the Grand Canyon, like, where the fuck is this kid at, man? Why is it so dark here?
Yeah, he was in there going crazy. He's, I'm gonna beat the fuck out that dumbass.
I'm gonna create the multiverse of madness, damn it.
There. I bet he gained patience there, bro.
Hell, I mean, yeah, that's the thing is he spent like 1,000,000 years with Dormammu. He probably felt like 30 seconds to him inside the Grand Canyon.
Man,
Yeah, it should be.
He probably was just chilling, minding his own business. And then he just felt like,
That is his dimension, bro. If you don't get out instantly,
that's what I'm saying.
what the fuck?
you got bodied
Like,
by a teenager.
Peter outsmarted him in
stated it.
seconds, even
You
though it is
stated
his
that.
dimension for years now.
And you're a doctor. You're a
And
doctor.
you're a whole
You're
doctor. You got your ass kicked by a high school student. That shit is the funniest shit.
this is geometry. I got this. Like, what the fuck is that?
He was like, wait, what did he say? He said, wait a second, Tesseracts, cubes? Oh, I know what to do. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know, I'm smart.
Nigga, shut your nerdy ass up.
Peter Parker gotta explain Interstellar to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, bro, that has to be the funniest shit. And he even came out that shit like, yo, I legit beat Doctor Strange. He even felt like I did that shit.
Doctor Strange would have waxed your ass. Like, come on now. That
Realistically,
nigga's a sorcerer. But I guess last scene I don't really want the last scene to be the scene with Green Goblin because we all kind of express our feelings on that. Last scene we can discuss today is, what do you guys feel about the scene as soon as Tom walks into Zendaya's work? What do y'all feel about that entire scene from the point he walks in to the point he walks out?
I think they thought they were gonna be. They thought Ned and MJ were gonna be dating, and that would have been crazy.
I thought I was the only one that thought that.
Nah, they set it up. They made it look like he's about to lean in and kiss.
Yeah.
Hell no. I was gonna say.
I thought they were pranking him the whole time, as I said in
Bro,
the
if that
beginning.
happened, I feel like that would have just broken Peter.
Well, I wasn't thinking it was pranking it, but like, you know, when they were at the cash register and he was like, he said he finished her sentence. He was like, so you won't be disappointed. And then she looked at him. I thought she was like, oh, Peter, but like
Hell nah.
Nah, I thought like the whole time they're like walking around acting like they forgot him. I thought like Doctor Strange maybe like in secret made the spell somehow that both of them still remember. Then before
Yeah.
Peter walks out, they're like, got your ass coming in.
God,
They don't.
And then the
We
credits
played
run
you
and
the
everybody
entire
smile.
season, bro. It is winter outside.
We got you, Peter.
How does it feel, Spider-Man?
Yeah, that shit. We thought it was gonna be a happy ending. That nigga walked right out and it was snowing. That nigga depressed as hell.
now
Prank
that-
on Raw. Fuck.
That's
No,
what
Here's another thing, though.
What
Here's
about
another
it?
thing, though.
Go ahead.
My fault. Here's another thing that I noticed about that scene. She's still rocking the
The
necklace.
Dahlia,
that she-
yeah.
So and
she was.
and she did say that, you know, I don't want you to say I love you. I want you to make it feel special if you do see me again. So why do I feel like Pan said he kind of fixed the spell a little bit? Like, for example, imagine if Peter Parker kisses MJ, right? And out of nowhere, she's like, "It's you." You know what I mean?
Hell no, the police is gonna be called.
Now, yeah, she's for sure saying, "Get the fuck off me."
She's
Fuck
like,
you doing?
Ned,
like,
beat this nigga's
911,
ass.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, get out of my house.
Ned getting the
Ned,
shit
use the
beat out of
portal.
him. Yeah, what if,
Don't
what
worry,
if, what if
MJ,
Ned
I
just
got
start Ned start using powers on this nigga and beat Peter's ass?
Spider-Man.
What
happened with that necklace?
I was hobgoblin all along.
I was hobgoblin.
You said
Bro,
what,
I
Mogo?
swear, he better not be Hobgoblin.
I wonder what would happen if Peter just asked MJ, "Where'd you get that necklace?" I wonder what happened.
Yo, I would love
Best
it.
Buy.
Because look, here's the thing though. They kind of do remember that they did help Spider-Man, but they don't know who Peter Parker is. But they did help Spider-Man fight, you know, not Electro,
Yeah.
Stereo.
So
So they have memories of Spider-Man, but they don't know.
that whole thing was.
But
I
didn't
watched a
Peter
video
give him the
explaining it. They say that people, everything that connects to Spider-Man and Peter Parker, it's like imagine the book like that Caterpillar book we all used to read as a kid. Like we can all remember that, but like we can't quite remember the author of it or whatever. Like anytime
Yeah.
somebody remembers anything dealing with Peter Parker and Spider-Man, like of course Flash wrote a whole book on it. So like they'll read it and be like, yeah, it's Peter Parker, Spider-Man, but like and then their mind will like force them to like just like not disremember it, but kind of like just feel hazy about it. Like, yeah, it's Peter Parker, but nah, not really. And then close
Not
it back.
only
or
that
whatever.
too, but not only
Does the
that
book
too.
exist though?
Yeah, it exists, but it's like
Yeah,
so hard to remember that they literally can't put two and two together.
Wait,
yeah,
so
and not only that too, bro. The media too. Like he didn't wipe away the media. Like you could still easily look up this nigga's name on the internet. Like,
damn,
I think
we found the plot hole.
No,
So,
but
but
it was
here's the thing,
explained though. It said like they can
what
remember,
is
but they
spell?
can't.
because like what
Video
if the
footage.
spell like deleted everything,
Video
everything
footage.
that has Peter connected to Spider-Man? Like what if the spell deleted all that? Like just eradicated everything, like evidence of him being Spider-Man, ain't like books, like internet, all that. Like what if the spell just eradicated all that?
Man, I'm
Then
sure
how
they'll
are-
explain it.
How are MJ and Ned then still best friends? They are only best friends because of Peter's existence.
Because it
Now
still
it-
happened.
Wait,
Yeah, it happened because of
guess.
Peter. So
they
they
were-
are. So I
so it
guess
happened
they
because
are
of Spider-Man, it happened because of Spider-Man.
subconsciously best friends.
And they
because
weren't
of
friends.
Spider-Man.
They weren't friends. It was just like he's like, oh, you're happy to go get into MIT? Like, yeah, I got into MIT. It was
Nah.
cool. That was
In
it.
high school, Ned and Peter were in middle school. I mean, in Homecoming, the Peter and Ned were best friends already, and MJ was like,
Yeah.
like still in the middle, and she
Oh,
only
yeah.
got closer because of Peter. Now, if Peter doesn't exist, would she ever become best friends with Ned? I don't think so. So I assume they are still best friends, but they wouldn't be able to remember why, or their
Yeah.
memories get somehow, I don't know, manipulated into scenarios where just Peter is missing, but they
yeah.
still have
So
moments.
they kind of
Yeah,
explained
how
it
would
like
they-
this, right? They said the memory or anything that you see of Peter being Spider-Man, they say it's basically like the feeling of like a word being at the tip of your tongue. Like you know what the word is, but you can't you literally can't physically rack your brain and like just remember what the word is. Like they'll see it, but like it's just kind of like I don't know, like it's just hard to comprehend
like-
it.
Yeah, you know, it's like I can't. It's like, are you really? Or are you just
Yeah.
fucking with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
So him. How come Peter and Ned aren't friends no more then? Because they
He
was friends
doesn't
before
remember
he
him.
became
He
Spider-Man.
removed all memories of Peter Parker.
That's what hurt
Of
the
Peter
most.
Parker or Peter Parker being Spider-Man?
No,
Peter
Peter
Parker.
Parker in
Peter
general.
Parker
No one
doesn't
remembers
exist.
who Peter Parker is.
Yeah. That's why they said
I also remember the grave.
they explained the grave thing with Happy too. They said Happy said, "Yeah, I only knew her through Spider-Man," whatever he said in that line. If you guys remember at the beginning of Far From Home, there was that charity event where they technically met each other. So they met each other right there, but Spider-Man or Peter wouldn't have been in that situation, if you get what I mean. Only Spider-Man was.
True.
Yeah.
I get that.
That shit hurt when he walked out though. That shit hurt because like that was like him again being so selfless because like he was looking at both of them like I don't want to bother them. You know, like they can live their lives. Like if they come to know me again, I get to know them. I might put them in danger again. So I'll just let them be.
Well, it's because he saw the Band-Aid.
Wait, does Doctor Strange know?
Yeah, true. He just do that. He just
Does
do that.
Doctor Strange know that Peter?
No,
No, you gotta
knows.
remember.
Nobody
Every
knows.
single Avengers,
Even the caster
they don't know who Spider-Man is, but they don't know anything about. Like he's wiped out of their like memory banks, bro. Like,
But let's be real, they will remember at some point.
Wait, question. Think about it. Okay, think about this. Remember when Doctor Strange said he used that spell for a party?
Yeah.
How does he remember himself using the spell?
He said for everybody else.
Yeah, he used it on others probably.
So remember when I used that spell on you guys? And he said no.
Yep.
And he said exactly.
Maybe he just did something dumb on the party and made everyone forget what he did.
Yeah, everybody but him.
What did he do?
Everybody but him.
Everyone but him and maybe certain people. I don't know.
I guess
it's all as I said. Like if you look into all of that like very deep, you will find weird stuff. Like,
and did y'all peep?
Yeah.
Did y'all peep that Doctor Strange actually like was fucking with Tom Holland? He was like, "Damn, I'm really gonna miss you, bro."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was really messing with the dude.
You see the like when he get like that slight nod to him when like he was like I'm doing the spell, kind of like when he looked at Tony and said one more thing. That kind of that was
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys heard the Doctor Strange theory?
I'm gonna get some water right here.
So there's a theory with Doctor Strange, right? They're saying I think I've explained this before, but I don't think so. But so basically, whenever he told Tony like one more time or whatever, all that scene happened. They're saying on TikTok that Spider-Man or Doctor Strange, none of that was supposed to happen, and he wanted Tony Stark to die right there. They said
what?
They said Doctor Strange feels like
theory.
they said Doctor Strange feels like if Tony would have survived, then he would have been like, okay, let me get the Infinity Stones and then let me create something else to protect it. Like he said he was too prideful and too smart for his own good that he would have created something echelons worse than Thanos. I mean, he did the same thing in Age of Ultron when he tried to put a shield around the world and he created Ultron. So he said, let me just go ahead and take out two birds with one stone and kill Tony Stark and Thanos. That's the theory. And they said that might be revealed in the next Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, if that is true, bro, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that
Did he just die? Jeezy, you good? Do we know what?
Oh,
wait, my bad.
What was that thud? Oh.
We got bro.
But what was I saying? Cause y'all know the second Doctor Strange movie is rated as like a horror movie almost.
Yeah.
It's like it has a horror movie.
It's a scary movie, yeah.
Kind of hype for it, bro.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they could like just I don't know, like show Doctor Strange as like a distorted himself, like saying, "You know what you did to Tony" or something.
Ooh. Okay, Mogo.
Yeah, because they did show that in the trailer though. It's like the alternate version of him. Have y'all seen What If? Have y'all seen What If?
Yeah.
Dude, you know that you know the alternate version of Doctor Strange that actually could be him.
I know. That
could be him.
Isn't he stuck in a time loop?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh well, I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
He's stuck in a
Wasn't
time
the whole
loop.
universe deleted or something? That shit was wild.
Wait, what old universe?
In the What If thing, I think Doctor Strange went evil or something.
Yeah, he went evil.
And then I think
But I'm pretty sure he's good now. He's stuck in a time loop with what the fuck is it called?
The Watcher.
Yeah, he's stuck. No, he's stuck in a time loop with with Killmonger and Ultron. They're just constantly. No, not Ultron.
Wait,
it's,
really?
Vision.
Fucking. I don't know what his name is.
Bro, we're
But he's
talking about
second
stuff we don't remember.
Man, let me watch. I
exactly,
gotta actually watch this stuff before I actually
Man,
start talking about it.
fuck
'cause
that
I don't
what
even
if
know
series. I
I'm-
don't give a damn about that dumbass
Yeah.
series.
Also, wait, hold up. This I just remembered. I gotta throw this in. Like, props to the movie for not doing any sponsorships,
They did. Nissan.
making this movie timeless. I mean, okay, if did they do sponsorships?
Nah,
I thought
Fred.
they did. I thought they did it with Nissan. I thought Nissan was about it.
Nissan, I don't know.
nah,
Mutual,
Nissan's
Liberty
not
Mutual.
time.
Like let's look at a fucking Endgame. Like they had a BMW commercial near the beginning. They had the fucking Fortnite. Like how long was this
No.
Fortnite thing going on?
How No Way
dabbing?
Home actually did have a little sponsor. I think they was working with Liberty Mutual for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
was
wasn't.
it working with them?
It didn't like show a
I
Sony
don't-
phone
yeah.
or something in this movie.
Yeah, I don't
no.
mind those
Oh, okay.
sponsorships. Like I don't like if a sponsorship or something like from pop culture like gets comes right into your face. Like let's say Fortnite or Hulk dabbing. Like
Yeah.
we didn't need to see that. Like
Hell
what the fuck?
no.
That's why Endgame will lose like watchability over the years. People will not remember Fortnite at some point, but then they're gonna rewatch the movie and they're like, "Fuck, are they playing? Why is this here?" But No Way Home will stay relevant, like Infinity War. I mean, both films are, I would say, timeless. If that term still makes sense. Like, okay, no one will watch these movies in 40 years, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it'd be crazy if a kid actually went to the movies one time and then saw like I don't know, like Spiderman or Endgame, like, oh, it's the dude from Fortnite, and actually was being for real.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That'd be so crazy.
That's funny.
Some of them
That'd
do
be
though.
crazy.
Some of them do that stuff. That's what's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I know, like for the whole Travis Scott,
sad.
people only know Travis Scott from his performance on Fortnite. That's how crazy it is.
I don't blame them.
God.
It's mostly little kids, and they shouldn't be. Or I don't know. They little kids probably don't listen to Travis Scott, like super little kids.
At all.
Yeah, that's why they're saying there were people like, why was there so many kids at the concert? That like that tragedy, and because he was in
Because of
Fortnite.
Fortnite, bro.
Yeah,
We have the bad
Fortnite.
timeline.
Yeah, we for
Bad
sure in the
timeline
bad
all around.
timeline.
Fortnite is destroying everything, bro. Generation Fortnite? What the fuck?
Generation Fortnite.
It's gonna continue doing that. I know it is.
Yeah. Also, Mogo just informed me that No Way Home is at I think 257 million right now, and it's still Sunday, so I think that'll update tomorrow. But I think Endgame was like at 300 something opening weekend, so it might grow to be bigger than Endgame. Hopefully.
It was
Maybe.
it was a great movie.
I don't think so, but maybe. Because you gotta remember, the Endgame hype was like out of this world. People were hyping that movie up for 1 year straight, like every day, memes everywhere online, the media talking about Endgame, like no one was missing this movie.
Yeah.
But that's like more or less the same here, just Endgame has more characters you might like, and Spider-Man only has the Spider-Man and the villains.
So okay, just kind of last talking point. We don't really got to spend too much time on it. But,
My fault, guys.
Do you guys think that that you guys think they did the right move by not putting Andrew or Toby in any trailers?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the theater experience was way better. You know what I mean? I liked it.
I honestly did not expect when they were gonna when
Yeah, that's what the best part was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good idea. It was a good idea they didn't do it, but it could have done it a little bit better than that. Because some people are people are just doing a lot of research because they know people will do their research and will find out if they're in the movie or not. Like they will find out. But yeah, they probably could do like a better job of keeping it hidden then.
They did it on purpose. They were releasing.
Yeah, they were releasing shit.
Yeah, it was the right move for sure. Like just not saying officially he's in there. I believe Tobey Maguire. The funny thing is, I believe Tobey Maguire was actually casually telling people that he is in the movie. Like he's walking
like,
through
yeah,
the
I'm
park.
Spider-Man.
He's like in the park, and people are like, "Can we take a photo with you?" Like, oh, are you in the new Spider-Man? He's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because like I saw that video of him like nodding.
Nah. On the other hand, you have Andrew Garfield, who's like, nah, no, don't ask me that.
Yes.
Right in the interviews and stuff. Like, bro, why are you even interviewing?
No, I mean, this nigga Andrew was like in Jubilee cut. They were like, bro, why are you here? He's like, you know, like, nigga,
I'm
what?
just here, guys, for the money, really.
Yeah, for
I don't know why
my
I'm
movie.
here.
What's that movie he's in called? That just dropped like Tic Tac. I don't know what the fuck it is. Yeah, it's Tic Tac. And nigga, nobody give a fuck about that dumbass movie.
everyone
I'm
was
honestly here
interviewing.
for the money, guys. Did you guys know I'm not Spider-Man, right? Did you guys know that? Like,
That question was
Everyone
like,
was interviewing Andrew Garfield. No one was
Yeah.
interviewing Tobey Maguire. Why?
yeah,
Andrew about to get
Maguire
fired.
was weird, bro. This man was just in random parties with Kid Cudi. Why?
Yeah.
I go to interviews to talk, but like casually just random civilians on the street. Bro, I'm in the movie.
He's like, hey guys, I'm in the movie. You're gonna watch.
I feel like no one believed him though.
Yeah,
Bro,
because he's just like,
them, bro.
I don't know
I
what
just
Andrew's plan was, because that
I
nigga
need
was
to know
everywhere.
I just need to know what the fuck Tobey Maguire was doing at a Kid Cudi party.
He might like Kid Cudi.
McGuire?
Bro, but I just need to know, what did they talk about? And
Nah,
look,
this
why
Toby's
is he
cool.
there?
This nigga was wearing Jordans in his picture with the release
This
of
man had a damn t-shirt
Yeah,
that was
Toby, he
black.
got it.
Hell no.
Look,
Tobey
man,
Maguire is known to be an asshole IRL. Like, I remember seeing interviews with the old cast from the original trilogy, and they're like, "Fuck, I hate Tobey Maguire. He was so annoying on the set. He was so mean.
No
Yeah.
way.
I remember,
He was mean and insulting people, bro.
I saw like the paparazzi shit, but them niggas deserve to get cussed the fuck
Yeah,
out.
paparazzi. Fuck
They
paparazzi.
deserve it.
They was like trying to jump in his car, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here! What the fuck are you doing, man?"
This is the goddamn war, motherfucker.
I can't see, motherfucker.
I can't see, motherfucker. He's about to go black Venom for sure. He's going crazy.
Fuck.
He's got the symbiote in him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. For the question on whether this was a good move or not, like it's for sure a good move, and then having these leaks like come through every couple days, every couple of weeks, months, whatever, it just amplified it just amplified the hype, right? You wanted to see if they're actually in there. Everyone, their mother went to watch No Way Home. I want to know. I want to know how people who never saw the original trilogy or Amazing Spider-Man like felt during this movie. Like they just went in there like maybe this is their first Spider-Man movie, and suddenly everyone is hype as fuck. They're like, what?
Yeah.
They were definitely weirded
Hey,
out.
if
by
you think
everyone
about
just
it,
screaming when they
too.
saw Toby and Andrew.
When you think
Why
about
are
it,
you
too,
guys screaming?
technically, Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire is the first MCU movie, if you think about it, bro. Like, you know.
What about the old Hulk movie?
Yeah, that came out like 2003, I think.
My
I came out
favorite
2003.
movie.
Because now they're MCU. They're MCU now. Like,
Yeah, they're MCU canon.
Yo,
Yeah.
ever since Loki, bro, shit has been, everything is canon now. Everything's canon.
Uh-huh.
even Venom.
Yeah, they
No,
didn't
Venom
know
is
who
not
those
canon.
niggas were. No, Venom
Venom
was
is not
literally
canon.
only in it to set up symbiote Nesset.
Venom being in there and leaving his DNA doesn't even make sense. It only makes sense if you bring up this whole thing with Venom being connected through the multiverse because of DNA and knowing every like one Venom
hive
knows what
mind,
the other
yeah.
Venom thinks. Yeah,
I could just imagine.
it's the only explanation, bro. They just made that shit up.
No,
No
it was
way.
it was in Carnage. It was in Carnage.
No way is canon.
I
The
can just
Venom-
imagine, like,
two Venom movies. Fuck them.
I can just
Oh my
imagine in one scene in
God.
Venom 3, bro. Like, Venom's gonna, I can just imagine one scene in Venom 3, Venom's gonna be like, wait, I feel something's wrong. Where the hell was my other shit? Damn it, we left it in the fucking other universe.
Okay,
Damn, why do you
right
hate
now?
Venom so much?
I don't like it. It should have been more gory, more well thought out.
Taco fucking
not
hates
too,
Venom, bro.
not too focused on comedy. Like it should have been more gritty, even brutal. If we're talking about that, it's fucking Venom, right?
Yeah.
Venom
I
eats
think they went
people.
into more.
In the movies, he only eats bad people. Like, bro, eat that convenience store worker, please. Like, eat that grandma. What the fuck?
Bro, what did Mrs. Chang do?
What?
Who? What'd you
Mrs.
say?
Chang. That's the fucking convenience.
Mr.
Nigga,
Chain.
fuck her.
Chang, bro.
If you don't eat her right now,
Bro, she's the most babiest character there.
oh my
Oh.
god, I'll kill her myself.
What the fuck?
I mean, if I was Venom,
The Thanos quote, "I'll do it myself."
No, nigga.
What you mean?
You meant that. Like, you be
Alright.
meaning that shit too. That's the crazy part. He be meaning that shit, guys. Don't let the
Nah.
nigga
I'm just saying. I'm gonna write the entire story. I'm gonna write the entire story. It's over.
You're nasty.
Bro,
I
Jez,
don't
gonna
know,
egg
bro.
you out, Jez?
Wait. Okay. So Jeezy, we'll end it off from what you're about to ask. You said you might sound dumb, but what?
What is it? How does the hive mind work? How does that work?
So like, if the Venom in Spider-Man 3 sees that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, then every Venom in every universe knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Oh.
It's like Pam, what's that power called? Where if one nigga sees it, then multiple clones of that same nigga sees it.
I think you're talking about omnipresence.
Omnipresence, yes.
Being everywhere at the
Shouldn't, like,
same
a million
time.
Venoms
Oh, so I was
be
right
there?
then. I was right. Okay, I guess I was right then. All right.
But then I don't know if this explanation even holds up, because I believe people telling me that at the end of the second Venom, Carnage, they got teleported into into the new universe, into some apartment or something. And on the television, they saw the news broadcast saying that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Like, they were transported before learning about this. Like, why, if the hive mind thing was like the explanation, why were they transported?
Because
I don't
Venom 3 knew about it. Or Spider-Man 3.
Because Venom knew about Peter Parker.
Yeah,
being Spider-Man.
but the
Totally
whole
Grace.
scene isn't. Were they transported into Tom's universe? I don't think so. The reporter saying this was someone else. So they were transported into a completely different universe.
Yeah, but
Not Tom's universe.
So
the
that Tom
Venom in
Holland
Spider-Man
wasn't-
3. Like, just think of it like back in 2008, Venom in Spider-Man 3 knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Yes.
Doctor Strange made the spell saying anybody that knows that will come to this universe. It messed up, or not. The spell didn't say that, of course, but that's what ended up happening.
Yeah.
Venom came there because that
the
Spider-Man
hive mind.
3 Venom knew about it, and it's a hive mind Venom, which means if he knew about it, then this Venom also knows about it.
But were they transported into Tom's universe at the end of Carnage?
Yes.
Like, this
Yeah.
is the thing I'm wondering, because I believe the news broadcast was someone else. Was it also the Daily Bugle? I don't know, but it wasn't James
It
Jonah
was-
Jameson.
It was him.
Was it?
Yeah, because he was like, and Spider-Man. and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Wait, it was actually him. Then it makes sense, because people told me it was another like reporter.
I don't know who that was.
I
I
didn't
don't
watch
know.
the movie. I don't
Hell
care.
no. And Venom, whenever he saw it, he was like, "You again," or something like that, and then licked the screen.
But then again, maybe there are like 100 Venoms now on Earth or in Tom's universe. They all dropped some DNA.
They about to beat the fuck out this nigga.
And now it's Tom Holland versus 5,000 Venoms.
And he's by himself too. That nigga. Oh my god, no way, man.
The only problem that I have right now is we might have hit like the emotional peak for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because like,
Only goes
how
downhill
else
from
is he
here.
gonna get angrier than this?
If Happy dies, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anyone's gonna care.
How
I mean,
angry,
no,
bro!
they
Imagine
care.
Spider-Man just donuting someone. Like, he punches through the gut of his villain, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, what would bring him to that point?
Yeah, we need a new trilogy. Like, the first two will be mid, like the last ones, and then the third one is gonna be wild as fuck. He going on a rampage, killing anyone he sees.
They gonna
He sees
Far
Ned.
From Home was
Yeah. You think
He's
they're gonna
Ned
bring a new,
down, like, gone.
you think they're gonna bring in a new love interest and like just take Zendaya out of it, like all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff?
they need Gwen Stacy. Yeah,
Like Stacy.
or
yeah.
people were saying Black Cat.
Or Black.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yes sir, yes sir. I might gotta.
Zerk. Oh, what the fuck?
Anyways.
Whatever.
So, one final theory. They said Ned might turn bad in this next trilogy if him and Zendaya start dating. They grow together. Peter comes in. He makes her remember him. He takes her from Ned. Peter doesn't technically know Ned, so Ned would be furious that some random nigga just came in and stole his girlfriend. And that's how he become like Peter's enemy, basically.
Now, prediction: this won't happen, and the enemy is going to be Flash.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Please, God, don't let him be the villain.
Bro,
Please.
Flash is most
I mean, they do go
definitely
to St.
going to
College,
become
though.
Venom.
That nigga's a
Flash
gag
does
character.
like, he does go to. He is a gag character.
Bro, I wouldn't want him to be Agent Venom, bro. Isn't he 5'6"?
Yeah, exactly. He's shorter.
Venom is bigger anyway, so he will grow.
Yeah, it
I
wouldn't
just
work.
if
Wait,
he's Venom,
question.
you said what?
Does every Spider-Man universe have an Eddie Brock though?
Yeah. Well, every universe has everybody.
Even
So
I am there.
They just act.
Yeah,
Tom
yes
have his
sir.
own Eddie Brock though?
You said what?
They haven't
Tom
disclosed that
have
yet.
his own Eddie Brock?
Well, I mean, that's the only thing is like, I hope they recast Eddie Brock because people are saying there's one of two things that could happen. Flash in the comic books does become Agent Venom, but they're saying the Venom can either go on to Flash and create Agent Venom, or it can go on to whatever they introduce as Eddie Brock, and that creates Venom, regular Venom.
Wait, this reminded me. We still haven't gotten the whole character arc from Flash about his parents and stuff.
Yeah.
I just remembered from Far From Home. Like he couldn't reach his father or something, so his father is doing something. He has a bad he has family issues and stuff, and now I wouldn't like it. I think it would still fit for him to become Venom. I don't know. Also, on that note, also just remembered, would have been funny to see the movie like No Way Home not starting with like Peter, the reveal of Peter Parker, and then them swinging away like it's in the movie, but we see Flash getting a tattoo of Spider-Man on his ass or something, and then he sees on the sees on the television, like while he's getting the tattoo finished, that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
That'd be funny actually. That'd be actually kind of funny.
All right, just to kind of end it off, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and talk about this MJ x Peter Parker scene that Pan keeps talking about. What'd you guys feel about that?
Oh, that was hot as fuck, bro.
You're under arrest. All right, y'all. Just wanted to see who is all getting arrested tonight. All right, this is all we have for Spider-Man. We appreciate you guys for listening.
I'll follow a quick end. I want to talk about it. Come on now.
Oh my god.
No, nigga, no. The niggas are 17 years old. You're out of here. Appreciate you guys for watching. Anybody else have anything else to add before we get out of here?
Let's go watch it. Well, you've already watched the movie. Never mind.
Drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Give 5 stars.
Hit that
End it, please.
Bro,
Man.
hit the like button. Hit the bell.
Hit that bell
All
button.
notifications.
Subscribe.
End
Screen Scene 7-track. All that
Rate
shit,
us on
bro.
MySpace.
7-track.
Yes, sir. Give us a share on MySpace, Facebook,
Coming out soon. Love version coming out.
Facebook page.
taxidermist.com, all that shit. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.
That nigga, way you just said that shit, man.